everybody. Hey, my friends and just good people of the Bay Area, hello. Today is a very special day, and let me also say, 对不起，我不会讲中国话，不会讲广东话，所以我讲用英文，所以excuse me. But, yeah. But we're here today to mark 135 years after the signing of the racist Chinese Exclusion Act, a law that was born right here in San Francisco by groups with names like the White Labor League. Their goal was to eliminate all Chinese from America. They built a legal wall to keep Chinese workers out by shouting things like, "The Chinese must go," right at City Hall and on these streets all around us. They burned and they massacred all the Chinese people that they could, and then they used exclusionary laws to make life so miserable for the Chinese people that they didn't kill or deport. We're here today to say no more exclusion. The Chinese Exclusion Act is not ancient history. In the 1950s, my own parents were threatened with deportation, but because they had children like me who were born in the USA, they were not deported. Today, families like ours, it wouldn't matter. They would be separated. Parents from their babies would be separated today. We say no more exclusion. One 135 years ago today, the white supremacists and the xenophobes in Washington, D.C. now today are targeting all Muslims as terrorists. They're trying to ban every Muslim from America. They want to build a wall to keep out all Latino immigrants, and they incite hate crimes to make America white again. We say no more exclusion. In 1882, haters portrayed all Chinese and all Asian people as rats, pigs, monkeys, anything but human. Today, we see how immigrants and people of color are portrayed as criminals, as spies, as rapists, and are treated as worse than animals at airports, on airplanes, by immigration, by police in their own neighborhoods, and by the White House. We say no more exclusion.
Everybody said that. No more exclusion. No more exclusion. No more exclusion. No more exclusion. All right, Helen.
It was 100 years after the Chinese Exclusion Act in 1882 that a young man named Vincent Chin was killed in 1982 by white workers who hated everyone who looked Japanese. The killers beat Vincent to death with a baseball bat, and then they got off scot-free without a single day in jail, just like the white men who massacred Chinese during the Exclusion Act days 100 years earlier. And in 1983, when I and the other community activists in Detroit and other parts of the country, including San Francisco, when we called for a federal civil rights trial, lawyers argued with us, saying that Vincent Chin should not be protected by American federal law because Vincent was an immigrant and because he was Chinese. That was 100 years after the Chinese Exclusion Act. And our communities had to stand up and say that all immigrants, Chinese, and all persons have a right to be protected by America's laws. That was 100 years later, but we still had to fight the shadow of the Chinese Exclusion Act. We say no more exclusion. No more exclusion. So today, 135 years later, other Asian Americans, South Asian Americans, are being attacked in hate crimes across America because they look Muslim. South Asian Americans recently have been killed in hate crimes, just like Vincent Chin was in Kansas, in Washington State, and North Carolina, just to name a few places. We say no more exclusion. 135 years ago, these laws singled out Chinese in America. Then the haters came for Japanese Americans, and they were excluded. Then the haters came for Filipino Americans, and they were excluded. Then the haters came for South Asian immigrants, and they were excluded. Eventually, all Asians from Turkey to Japan were excluded from America. But it didn't stop there. Then the haters came for Europeans from the southern Mediterranean, like Italians and Greeks, and because they weren't from the Aryan Europeans. And then they came for gays and lesbians, and for the sick and the infirmed. Today, the haters are targeting Muslims, Middle Easterners, immigrants of color, and who will be next? Every American should stand up and say, no, no, no. No exclusion. Never again. California today is a majority of people of color, and soon this will be true for all America. On this 135th anniversary, we stand up for an America that is about inclusion and fairness to all people. We ask all people of conscience to stand up with us and insist, Trump, tear down your wall. Stop the detentions, stop the deportations, and stop the exclusionary laws. We say yes to an inclusive rainbow America, yes to liberty and justice for all, and same immigration dream, same fight to protect our families. No more exclusion, inclusion for all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Helen. 咁啊 ，Helen 講完之後咧，我諗我哋又要叫下口號先至記得佢講嘅嘢。最重要佢講嘅嘢咧，就係要團結同埋反排斥，係咪？試下英文先。How about reviewing the lesson from Helen's remarks? Inclusion.
Yes.
Exclusion.
No.
Inclusion.
Yes.
Exclusion.
No.
What happened to the fist of all these other people? Inclusion.
Yes.
Exclusion.
No.
Inclusion.
Yes.
Exclusion.
No.
Eddie.
我哋大家叫中文，喂，團結，團結，團結，團結，反排斥，反排斥，反排斥，反排斥，團結，團結。OK， 多謝大家。
So I'm going to issue a challenge to those who are not speaking Chinese yet. Can you just repeat what Eddie said?
團結，團結，團結，反排斥，反排斥，反排斥，反排斥。All right, that's good.
Wonderful. You're all passed.